Can I now introduce our next speaker? Karen Price is the Deputy CEO of ACON, which of course is one of the key non-government organisations which have partnered with many, including the New South Wales Government over many, many years, and in particular during my time as Minister in helping to implement our New South Wales HIV strategy. ACON was but one of many. I mean, the Kirby Institute was clearly a leader in terms of the research and so on. ACON, Positive Life, many community organisations, and I remember in the AIDS Congress conference down in Melbourne in 2014, sitting in the front of a forum of key stakeholders who were giving a presentation and saying to them after, if I ever get into trouble in Parliament for what we're doing in this area, I want you in the gallery. There were sex workers, there were positive people, there were a whole gamut, and right in the front was ACON. I regard Karen as a great friend. She has always dedicated her role as an advocate for the LGBTI community, and her professional approach to many health issues is well known. Karen.
I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Cooper family, and everybody who's travelled, whether it be interstate or internationally or across town. Thank you for being here. It's an important occasion, and I'm particularly humbled to be here to speak on behalf of ACON's communities, LGBTIQ communities across New South Wales, alongside our key partners who have made, I think, history when it comes to the EPIC New South Wales study, but more importantly, backing in the most bold HIV strategy I think any government has brought into, has passed. We've all, in the HIV sector in New South Wales, backed in Minister Skinner's vision, if you like, born of 14 years of opposition, thinking we can do this better. And when we used to talk about HIV in New South Wales as a success story, she basically came into power and said, stable HIV rates is not success. You need to drive down rates before you can even start to talk about success. So thank you, Minister Skinner, for your vision, your backing. As Kerry said, that the government created an enabling environment and gave us all a giant kick up the bum and got us working to targets that none of us really thought we could achieve, but we are slowly getting there, and I'm very, very excited and delighted to be here. Can I hit the slides, mate, up the back? No? Okay, I'll just keep talking. So ACON is New South Wales leading and Australia's largest LGBTI health organisation specialising in HIV prevention, treatment and technical issues from the back. So we are a community-based organisation that have been messaging around HIV prevention for more than 30 years, ever since HIV landed on our shores. We're a community-based organisation. We were born from advocates who were affected by HIV and wanted to band the community together to do something about it. 30 years on, we have, over the last 5 years, developed, I'm going to call it a campaign, but it's actually a communications framework. It's called Ending HIV 2020, and it's made up of an equation. It's test more, or test often was the second phase. Test often, treat early and stay safe equals ending HIV. Now that's deceptively simple, but those three components about testing, treatment and staying safe and prevention really have laid the foundation for all of the messaging that we've done over the last 5 years. And our campaigns, I think, are really groundbreaking. They are sometimes hard-hitting. We use pretty direct language in them sometimes. But they are very much of the community. We feature community people in our campaigns, be they young people, Aboriginal people, all sub-tribes of our communities, whether they be young people, culturally and linguistically diverse people, sexually adventurous men, and so on and so forth. So if I had slides, I'd be showing you at the moment ones that a recent campaign that we ran around EPIC. When EPIC New South Wales, when Minister Skinner on World AIDS Day 2015 said we're going to enrol 3,700 people as quickly as possible. There's my emails. Yeah, there we go. We're going to enrol 3,700 people as fast as we can into EPIC and really disrupt transmission. we quietly at ACON went, yep, we can do that. Holy dooly, we've got a really big mobilisation and education task, because in New South Wales, not very many of us had heard about PrEP terribly much. So what we did from World AIDS Day, 1 December 2015, up until the launch of EPIC, which was in Mardi Gras 2016, so that's in March, we started a mailing list of interested people, and we gathered 1,600 names of community members in 4 months, people who wanted to know more, learn more, and that was just basic old school email, through community networks, through people who were interested, through people who knew that they were probably at high risk of HIV and they wanted to know more about how this drug would work to prevent HIV transmissions. We also dedicated a position. We took someone off their task and we actually dedicated a position to go around and have face-to-face meetings, get in touch with community groups and really drum up at a very grassroots level some awareness about what PrEP is. We held community forums across the state. We basically did a travelling talking tour, and in every place we stopped, we had a leading clinician who was local, so that the people who would come would know their local HIV physician. So we had a local doctor, we had a researcher with us most of the time, and we spoke to community directly in pubs and clubs right across Australia, right across New South Wales. And Mardi Gras is obviously a very big platform for us, so we made that the major focus of Mardi Gras 2016. PrEP is here, learn more about PrEP, is PrEP for you? So we also at that time were engaged alongside the Kirby, some clinicians, some key leading clinicians across the state. Don't worry about the slides, mate. I've only got 2 more minutes, I reckon. So 3, luxury. So we were in the management committee meeting weekly alongside all of the partners for EPIC. So community was put right in front and centre of that whole exercise. Community, I think David Cooper, a Cooperism as it's been called today. A Cooperism is that basically you can have all the bells and whistles and all the flash technology and every prevention technique at your disposal, unless you mobilise and educate the community to actually access it and use it and integrate it into part of their daily lives, it means nothing. So that was our job, and we basically did it very well, I think, through some combinations of using the data. Kerry mentioned data that was infused and it guided all of our campaign efforts. We've run 14 campaigns over 5 years. Now, 14 campaigns, you might say, well, you know, okay, that's nice. That means community grassroots activity in pubs, in sex on premises venues, in gyms, in gay and non-gay identified neighbourhoods. It also means big outdoor advertising in train stations, on bus shelters, in outdoor spaces and places, and made it very mainstream. We wanted the general population to have a look at PrEP as well, to understand it, because actually that's important to the politicians, to make sure that they actually continue to have the backing. We also did a really targeted social media campaign, and we flooded basically the marketplace in terms of HIV messaging for 2 years about this. We did it in partnership. I'm really proud of our efforts. But I know we didn't do it alone, and it's been a real tribute, I think, to the way that this was designed right from the start, but it's also on the back of 30 years of ACON's relationship with our communities. When we speak to our communities about these things, they actually do take notice, they pay attention, and, you know, as you can see, within 2 years we've had 10,000 people enrol in PrEP, and as Minister Skinner and also Kerry Chant said, particularly Kerry Chant, our next challenge is to take those 10,000 people, now that we've got a different safe sex culture in New South Wales, and move them carefully and seamlessly into a new way of accessing PrEP. Still at value for money prices, and really, really an amazing health system that we have here to do that through the PBS, and kudos to the Australian Government for doing that. But we need to actually now take our people on another journey, and that is to access PrEP in a different way and make it as part of the primary public and primary care system. I could go on, and I do have some amazing slides. And I will be speaking at the International AIDS Conference in Amsterdam in the Global Village, I think on the Tuesday afternoon. Put it in your diaries, don't miss it, because the slides will be there. And I'd like to thank you again for the invitation. Thank you for putting community on the stand with 2 of my heroes. Have a good afternoon.